We are back. Let us go now to line 2 and say hello to Tony. Tony, how are you today?
I'm great.
Very good.
Pete, I just phoned in because I hear Mike on Friday and I hear you on After Hump on Thursday. I just wanted to go over a couple of them topics.
Sure.
Touch on it.
Yeah.
First of all, it's not the same topic. It may be about the same people, but it's not the same topic. And number 2 is, I'm not like Danny Dumraz who phones in there year after year, day after day. Never had anything right yet, but yet he goes on sometimes 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah, see, well, just hold on right there, Tony. Hold on right there. You can't make general statements and say he hasn't been right yet about anything. That is just ludicrous to say that, Tony.
I'll explain myself, Pete.
Yeah, but before you explain yourself, to say somebody who has been on the show many times has never said a single thing right shows a bias right from the beginning, betrays an agenda.
No, it's not, Pete.
That is not the basis of a conversation, Tony.
He was on 4 years for Muskrat Falls, and he still brings it up, Muskrat Falls.
Talking about different aspects of Muskrat Falls, not the same thing over and over and over.
He was on there. We were never going to get the sanction. We got it. We're never going to get the guaranteed loan. We got it. It was never going to go ahead. It did. We're going to go run $40 or $50 billion in the hole. We never did. So none of that was facts. So to me, but meanwhile, I'll go back to where I was on Thursday. Humber Valley paving was one of your topics on Thursday. I phoned in. We had a debate over it. Then I switched to which NTV interviewed Dwight Ball, and that's why I brought it up. NTV, both times in 2 announcements he made, NTV interviewed him. Now, they're not partisan. And you can't say, I don't know what you think about it, but I don't think they are. Anyway, they come on, the reporters come on, and they come on. They interviewed Dwight Ball on his announcement on this seniors, going in and assess seniors. Okay. Also, the Waterford Hospital. That was 2 different times. Each time the NTV come out and interviewed him, they said he's lacking information, don't know how he's going to get the money, don't know nothing about it, they lacking details. Yep. So now that was them. So I followed up by asking because people are, and Paddy Daly's been on the morning show, he's asking the same thing these last couple of weeks, ever since it's brought up, as I want to know.
Tony, I'm asking the same things. I'm asking the same things. I just said in the preamble, I wouldn't want to be them. I don't understand why they want in at this point, because it's going to be almost impossible with very little in the way of revenue, relatively speaking, with massive deficits and trying to keep the place going, let alone do something new and promise big expenditures. But that doesn't stop anybody from doing it.
But what I was asking you, how, I'd like to know for Dwight Ball to come on and explain where's the money coming from, like everybody else is asking. Everybody's asking, everybody I talk to. And that's all I ask. And I was partisan because I asked that question. Now, that's what you thought.
No, that is not
said,
partisan. That is a fair question, and you can ask that, and we will put that to them and expect an answer and hope they can come through in the end on it. But when everything they say, everything they do, every possible move they make is not only questioned, but ludicrous and ridiculous and silly, and then not a single thing that the Tories have ever said or done can be questioned in your mind, it just betrays a clear bias that is so far out there and so obvious, it ceases to be of any use in terms of a conversation or
about 70 or 80
effective for you.
People phones in you as liberal, and they'll criticize the PCs. You asked whoever they're talking about, this could be Steve Kent or it could be whomever, to phone in and get the answer, and they'll phone in, and you'll question them, and you'll get the information for them. Mm-hmm. So what I done is I done the same thing with the Liberals. Ask them. It's like when what's her name come on. I mean, to me, this is how you get the best member for your province, is to phone in and question. What are they going to do? Same with PCs, the same with Liberals. I don't care who it is. Question, when you get them on there, I don't care if you tear them apart.
Tony, I have lots of Conservative Party supporters call in, and we have a discussion. And I can bring up different aspects of different issues from various perspectives, and they will react to it, respond to it. We can debate it. They will say, yes, okay, that was not quite done well by the government, but they improved on this, and maybe they'll do it right next time. But it's all denial of any downfall, any shortcoming whatsoever, and all rain all the time on anything that's not Tory.
No, what I'm saying is, if you made a mistake, try and I don't care who's in there. If you make a mistake by trying to do something good well, then you can't criticize somebody for that because they're trying their best to do something.
Well,
but if you're not doing anything...
Let's go back to Bill 29. It took a continuous battering for months and months and months to even get them to admit that there might be an issue or a problem with it. And then finally, they couldn't take it anymore, and they said, okay, we're going to get some good people with high profiles and good expertise. We're going to get them to take a look at this and fix it. And they did in the end. But, geez, it wasn't easy.
No, but
are you going to admit that? Are you going to admit that they made a mistake with the original Bill 29?
Well, to me, some of the people that were supporting us over there are sitting with the Liberals. So I mean,
but that doesn't take. But wait now, Tony. That does not mean that they didn't make a mistake. Can you admit for a second that maybe they didn't do the best job on Bill 29?
Well, I don't know much about what Bill 29 was, but what I'm saying,
you defended it vigorously enough. You'd assume you knew something about it.
Because I didn't think it was anything.
You defended it because it was a Tory bill, Tony.
It was at the same time. But you're defending the Liberals by criticizing me the same way that I do with Liberals. You're doing the same thing.
What are you talking? No, I'm just saying that there is no give on your side. I can talk to Marjorie. I can talk to all kinds of people, and they will talk about the issue and be fair on it one way or the other. But you won't even right now. I just tried to get you to say, something. Given the history of the whole matter, maybe they were a little not 100% right on Bill 29. You can't even do that.
Well, they improved it.
Yeah.
Yes, they improved it.
Which means it had to be...
They improved it.
We're almost close here, Tony.
Right?
Which means there were improvements possible, right? There were improvements to be made.
Every government that goes in there today, they can improve.
Well, you know what? According to them, and according to you at the time, there were no improvements to be made. There were no improvements necessary. It was perfect.
At the time, they were trying to eliminate... putting somebody in there to replace. That's what everybody was told.
God, man, did you hear what Clyde Wells said about the legislation that he had to fix?
At the same time, and when I phone in with different topics, what they talk about. When they come on and they say one thing, then they come back on and try to make
different topics
by saying something else.
Different topics, but every call, I'm telling you, Tony, can be reduced to Tories good, Liberals bad.
No, Pete. Well, like I was saying, you got 80% of the people phoning in there criticizing PC. A lot of time misinformation, and they'll phone in and correct it. When I phone in with the facts. I hear the Liberals on there phoning your stations, and then they'll say one thing, and then they'll come out on the next week, and they'll say something else, and then they'll even say they never said it.
And you don't think I take them to task enough on when they're...
No, I don't. I don't think you do. And I think that right now, like to me. When you get them on there, you want to know where the money's come. I mean, that's what everybody, the seniors wants to know where the money's come from because they're lacking detail. And Patty can't get no answer. Johnson, I respect all talk. We don't have to get along. I respect all talk show hosts because I've been at this over 30 years, phone and radio station. I rate the best of them. And I respect, they don't have to agree with me or disagree. I don't care. I love a great debate. And, sometimes we'll agree to disagree. We'll have our debates. I respect all talk show hosts.
Tony, I'm going to challenge somebody who's part of the government, perhaps a little harder than I'm going to challenge somebody in opposition. And I guarantee you, if and when the Liberals or anybody else finds themselves in power, I'm going to be the same way with them as I have been with the Tories because they happen to have the power. And what they think perhaps matters a little more.
I only have been on with you probably a half dozen times at most since January. But the topics that I talked about, one of them was separation. From Newfoundland, which Lisa Dempster brought up in the House, and then she wouldn't answer Patty when Patty questioned her, and then she said, "Then I think we should have an answer for that, don't you?" And she never did answer it, and not up to the day because she thought, I guess, she was going to lose her job down there. And turn around, and there's another one, and that people that I talk about is people there's topics that concerns this province. That's what I phone in about because I'm a resident of this province, and I speak on behalf of everyone else.
Listen, I'm only reflecting my listeners when I tell you that people say this is pointless having a conversation with Tony because it's the same every time, regardless of what the issue he's talking about. His intention is the same. It's clear, it's obvious, and I've gotten that from Tories too, by the way, Tony.
I'll tell you one thing. The support that I got, and they're not from all from Tories, and the support that I got, and they criticize you sometimes, and because you're partisan.
I had a call criticizing me yesterday. I disagree with her, too, because I think she's, you can tell when somebody's...
And you brought up that she was my sister, which she wasn't.
I didn't say that. I said somebody said that in a tweet. Yeah. I didn't say I said that.
But the point of the matter is...
She must be. It was a joke somebody made.
Yeah, but the point of the matter is that...
Well, don't be putting words in my mouth, Tony.
If it was somebody related to me, don't they have a voice, too? Like, that didn't even make sense.
It was a joke. Right? Somebody said she must be Tony's sister because she's so similar to him.
Yeah, but the point of the matter is... I listened to the topic, and she stuck to her information. Mm-hmm. And that's what they do. People phone in, they stick to information. They stick to topics. And anybody, and then I'll go to Mike. Mike phones in, criticizes me because I put pieces in the paper. Tony Ducey, which wasn't me, no. But I commend him for doing that.
I cleared that up yesterday, I hope.
Yeah, but at the same time, if I wanted to, that's my privilege. That's my freedom of right and freedom of speech. Our soldiers died to give us the right to freedom, and this is why we got the freedom of speech, so we can do it.
Yeah.
And we're not allowed to speak and criticize liberals if they do something because they're liberals and we're not allowed to say anything?
No, it's just curious. It's just curious that your criticism is all one side, even though there's ample evidence of error on both sides, and there always will be. You know what? Because there's human beings on both sides, Tony. They're all human beings on both sides. As I say, there's not a whole lot of difference between them when you get right down to it. It's shirts and skins, as far as I'm concerned.
This is why we got to get answers from all of them. This is why we get answers from all of them. We got to get answers from all of them. What they're going to do, how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Where's the money coming from?
Yeah.
When is it going to do? When is it getting done? I don't care what stripe they are. I want this problem to continue to boom. I want the jobs of creation to continue to do.
Tony, you're telling me you don't care what stripe they are. Okay. All right.
Pete, but anyway, fair enough. And then the first time I hear Mike, the first time I hear Mike on since last year. And I mean, he came on early last year after I was on with Johnson. And he criticized Dan about how he never had nothing to say. The only thing he had was criticize me, and about how I was attacking the liberals.
I don't know. There might be something going on between you that I'm not aware of. I have no insight on that, and I have little interest in it. Tony, it's 4 minutes after the hour. It's 4 minutes past news time.
This brought up your name. He brought up your name. He said, I spoke with Pete, and I spoke with Patty, and he said they're going to monitor Tony's calls. Now,
who said?
Mike, when he was on that night with Jonathan. That was early last year. That's what he brought up. And at the time, I didn't pay no attention to it because when I used to phone your show, I used to get on. But that's what he said. Now, he said it. You can.
He didn't get that from me. He might be making up his own mind on that. But the only way that you're not going to end up on the show as often as you want is if it's the same call over and over. Because I have people telling me I have no interest in listening to that, and I turn the radio off when that happens, and it's predictable.
To me, I'd like to thank you and Mike, because the overwhelming support that I got since Thursday and Friday is unbelievable. So
I'd like to
work on criticizing because the phone calls I got people.
It's all the other way here, Tony. It's all the other way here. Well, and that's to be expected, I suppose. You're going to get your supporters and family and friends and whatnot, and I'm going to get the people who are.
The liberals who phoned in and criticized me because they don't want me on the air, because they don't want the answers. They want to wait until their attitude is, let's wait and see if he gets in first, then we'll see what we want. Then we'll see what they're going to do.
Okay,
and that's not the point. The point of the matter is you get them in there. What it is,
I got to go. It's 5.5 minutes past the news.
You find out what they're going to do now for the problems, not wait till after he gets in.
Right on, Tony.
But I don't think the Liberals will get in, and that's my true fact, is because now
we'll find out.
We're going downhill.
It's not that long from now. We'll find out.
No, all right.
Polls are all wrong, right, Tony?
Well, boys, it's been long since there's been a poll, but right now the Liberals are not helping themselves by not coming out with anything. Right. And I think they're hurting themselves big time.
Okay. We'll find out. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.